Hi, it's Kathy Gross again, and I am back with my YouTube channel, Geraitric Care 1, and we are doing long distance care providers. And I have gone over several services you can render to a long distance care provider. And one of them is you can help them with technology, because technology really does help both you, the geriatric care manager, and the long distance care provider. And you can bring technology to the older person that they're taking care of. And to the senior, what's the benefit of technology? They can have prolonged independence. They can stay where they are for a longer period of time. And I'm going to talk about ways that you can do that. Technology for you is that you can arrange all sorts of things as a geriatric care manager using technology to coordinate care. The benefit to the long distance care provider is they have reduced burden, because they don't have to be doing everything by flying in. And we'll talk about that. And to the payer, which is the long distance care provider, you save them money because they're not getting on a plane all the time or driving miles and miles, spending a lot of gas. So what do you do? Now, I've talked about assessments in this series. And I said always do a geriatric care management, a geriatric assessment, and then do a caregiver assessment. Well, you can do a technology assessment. And in my new geriatric care operations manual, I have a technology assessment. And a technology assessment is really important because what you want to do always in a geriatric assessment is figure out what are the problems and then what are the solutions. So you're matching problems with solutions. Technology can be a solution. So if, say, and I'm going to go over this, if someone has a series of falls, the long distance care provider's mother, what can you put in the house to basically, start to prevent this and catch it? Well, there is technology that you can put into the older person's house where falls can be actually caught and also avoided. Pills. They're not remembered to take their pills. There's all sorts of technology, and we'll talk about that. So you're going to do a technology assessment, and that's basically matching, again, the problems the older person and the care provider is having with technology that can help them. And so how do you help them? You help them actually in 5 different ways, and them being the long distance care provider and the older person. First of all, communication. And think how communication in technology helps you. You text, you keep in touch, you Facebook, you use technology to communicate. Well, communication can happen for an older person, believe it or not, and for a long distance care provider in a great way to reduce the burden for both the long distance care provider, you yourself as the care manager, and enrich the quality of life for the older person. Reminders, and I just talked about that, like pills, we'll talk about that, but you have reminders. I use a reminder to tell me, I used one today, when to come and shoot this. I wasn't feeling well this morning, and so I had to have a call. The reminder was a little bell that went ding, ding, ding on my iPhone. I use reminders all the time. Think of Google Calendar. You use them yourself. So reminders. This technology is used by everybody. I'm trying to show you that. So reminders are another field that you can help a long-distance care provider. Monitoring movement, and we'll talk about that, is a big part of technology for long-distance care providers that you can insert. That's your value in helping them. Gathering and basically scanning information, and I talked a little bit about that in an earlier series. The person who's shooting this was just telling me about having a client where they have a garage filled with data back at 40 years. All there. They have to sort it out. So how do you go through all that information, scan it? And that's a really good thing you can do for a long distance care provider, because most of the time, they're going to have to go off and shred a zillion documents. And then monitoring health. And how do you do that too? Anybody go to Weight Watchers there? Weight Watchers has an application where you can just, track your points. So we all do this ourselves. You can measure blood pressure. And then, there's another one that I'll talk about too, and that's enriching quality of life. And all of this enriches the quality of life of the older person and the care provider, the long-distance care provider. So I'll see you next time, and go to my website, kathycrest.com, and I'll look forward to our next episode.